Do you ever wonder what's the difference between feeling safe and not wanting to do something because your body's giving you the signal that you don't want to do it, but it's actually false safety that you're feeling? I get this question a lot of how to distinguish between the difference between, what my body is really telling me to do, my nervous system, when it's telling me that I'm in fear and I don't want to do something, or you're in fear of doing something because it's unknown and it's actually this hidden self-sabotage that's happening. So what in the world of manifestation, your nervous system is either supporting your growth or it's silently sabotaging. And I think many of us confuse that's false safety, which is this state rooted in fear or contraction, with something that's actually true and it's regulating itself. But real safety isn't always about staying small, but it's about having that internal stability to stretch into the unknown without shutting down. So, what does true safety, a regulated nervous system, feel like? Well, your nervous system feels genuinely secure in your body and your environment. And I think the more that you listen to your body, and I have another video on a practice on how to have a morning sit and and to notice the quality of your nervous system, helps you in this area to let you know what genuinely how your body feels secure in a certain environment. And you can also begin to discern between authentic gut wisdom and fear-based contraction. And this receptivity of wanting to do something comes from a place of fullness and not emptiness or desperation. Like sometimes we make decisions based on fear and not from a place of excitement and fullness. And you're able to receive because you trust your ability to handle what comes. And I think that when we feel safe in expansion, it feels natural on some level and it feels like it's sustainable. Whereas false, I think, safety, so a fear-based contraction, your nervous system mistakes control for safety. So we want to control situations, and that's what makes you feel safe. And then fear masquerades as being realistic, or you're protecting yourself. And then you avoid expansion because it feels threatening to your system. So you're afraid to do something because it does feel like a threat. And sometimes these are hard to distinguish right away. Staying small also becomes the strategy to avoid perceived danger. And again, that danger may not be known on the conscious level right away, but it's something in the subconscious that's hidden. And that's why you're staying small. And sometimes this is why it's helpful to work with someone, because they can kind of help to pull that thread and to see deeper of what's happening. We often can say no to opportunities, and this comes from actually scarcity and not from real discernment. And then you're closed to receiving because opening actually feels too risky. And so you're actually most of the time not even open to opportunities because you're really giving off this energy of being closed, because anything that doesn't feel safe, of course, you don't want to say yes to. So in the end, control actually becomes more important than growth. So the key difference is that true safety expands your capacity to receive what's aligned. And then false safety actually contracts your capacity to receive anything at all. And in true nervous system safety, your body says, like, I can handle whatever comes because I trust myself and my resources. And in fear-based safety or fear-based false safety, your body says, I must avoid anything that can disturb this fragile equilibrium, right? So two things can feel fearful, but one says I can handle it because I do have a trust. And then the other one says, no, I don't want to do this because, what I have right now, I know, and I feel okay in this, right? So true safety really actually makes you magnetic because you're broadcasting coherence and trust. And false safety makes you feel invisible because you're broadcasting don't see me, don't challenge me. So nervous system regulation isn't about playing safe, but it's about building that internal resources to expand safely. And true nervous system safety actually enables expansion rather than limiting it. So the more that you can really listen again to your nervous system, listen to your internal little cues that are happening, the more that you can sit with yourself, then the more that you're going to be able to tell the difference between what feels safe and what is the little me that's actually feeling fearful right now, right? Is it my higher self that's coming through that wants to try this thing and knows that it's a little uncomfortable and I feel a little afraid, but I know that I can do this. I know that I'm capable, versus the wounded self that wants to stay safe, that wants to stay small, that wants to stay in the place of the known, that wants to control everything. So that's the wounded self. And either working with someone can help you distinguish to know the difference, or again, really taking the time as a daily practice to really listen to your internal world and shut off all the noise around you, right? Media, social media, news, and just really either sit in meditation practice or a very mindful walk. These are the different ways that we can actually sit and tap in deeper to what's happening so that we can distinguish between what is real and what is not when it comes to feeling safe within our own system. So I hope that helps. Let me know any insights that you receive.